Imagine eating a small chocolate cookie that looks so simple, so ordinary, but behind that single bite, there's a hidden factory system producing over 40 billion cookies every year. Now think about this. Every Oreo you've ever eaten was made by machines moving so fast, they can assemble hundreds of cookies in seconds without a single mistake. But here's the real question. How does a factory create millions of perfectly identical cookies every single day without losing taste, texture, or shape? Because making one cookie at home is easy, but making millions that all look, taste, and feel exactly the same is almost impossible. No human can do that. No ordinary kitchen can handle that scale. So how do these factories manage precision at such insane speed while keeping that iconic crunch and creamy center untouched? Before we reveal this secret, make sure to subscribe to Infusions and Elements for more insane factory secrets you've never seen before. The beginning, the dough that starts it all. It all begins with something very basic: flour, sugar, cocoa, and a few secret ingredients. But here's where things change. In a factory, nothing is measured with cups or spoons. Everything is controlled by machines that calculate ingredients down to the smallest fraction. Massive mixers, some as large as a small room, start blending everything together. The dough spins, folds, and compresses under powerful blades. And within minutes, a thick, smooth chocolate dough is formed. But here's something surprising. Even a tiny imbalance in this stage can ruin thousands of cookies. Too much moisture, the cookies become soft. Too little, they crack. That's why sensors monitor every second of mixing, adjusting speed and pressure automatically. Shaping perfection, where cookies take form. Now comes the stage where everything speeds up, dramatically. The prepared dough is moved onto massive industrial rollers that press it into long, thin sheets. Every inch is perfectly even. No bumps, no trapped air, no imperfections. Because at this scale, even a tiny flaw can multiply into thousands of ruined cookies. Then the real precision begins. A high-speed rotating mold stamps the dough, cutting out the exact Oreo shape in one smooth motion. That iconic pattern you see on every cookie isn't random. It's engraved into the mold and pressed with such accuracy that every single piece looks identical. And here's what makes it insane. These machines can stamp thousands of cookies every single minute, non-stop. Faster than your eyes can track, faster than a human could ever replicate. Any extra dough left behind, it doesn't go to waste. It's instantly collected, recycled, and fed right back into the system. A perfect loop where nothing is lost. Now think about this. If even one detail was slightly off, would you even notice the difference? The heat stage, where texture is born. Once the cookies are shaped, they glide along long conveyor belts, heading straight into enormous industrial ovens. These aren't the ovens you have at home. Some stretch as long as an entire building corridor, and inside, every inch is carefully controlled. Temperatures aren't the same throughout. They're divided into zones, each designed to do a specific part of the baking process. At first, the cookies rise just slightly, puffing up as heat penetrates the dough. Then, moisture begins to evaporate, pulling the perfect crunch into the center. Finally, they reach their ideal texture, crispy on the outside, slightly tender in the middle. The whole journey through the oven takes only a few minutes, but timing is everything. Too much heat and the cookies burn. Too little and they remain soft and undercooked. Sensors monitor every detail: temperature, airflow, even humidity, making tiny adjustments in real time. Here's the crazy part. This system works faster than hundreds of home ovens combined. They run non-stop, day and night, producing thousands of perfectly baked cookies every hour without a single pause. Now imagine watching this process up close. Can you guess how many cookies pass through this oven in just 1 minute? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Cooling, the step most people ignore. Once the cookies come out of the ovens, they're far from ready. At this stage, they are surprisingly fragile. A single wrong move, and they could crack or crumble instantly. That's why they don't get handled right away. Instead, they move onto long, slow-moving cooling conveyors, a stage that most people never notice but is absolutely critical. These conveyors are designed to let air flow evenly around each cookie. The movement is deliberate, slow enough to prevent breakage, but steady enough to cool them efficiently. Cooling isn't just about bringing the cookies down to room temperature. It's the moment when the final texture is locked in, giving every cookie that signature crisp crunch that people expect from an Oreo. Timing here is everything. If the cooling happens too quickly, the cookie can crack under sudden temperature changes. Too slowly, and it will absorb moisture from the air, making it soft and less satisfying to bite into. Every second of this stage is carefully controlled. Sensors monitor temperature, airflow, and speed to make sure the cookies leave this section perfectly intact, ready for the next stage. Can you imagine how many cookies pass through this cooling line every single minute? The cream filling, the heart of Oreo. Now comes the most satisfying part, the cream filling. Large machines prepare this smooth, sweet mixture using sugar, oil, and flavoring. It's whipped until it reaches a soft, fluffy consistency. Then, the magic happens. A precise nozzle places a perfect dollop of cream onto one cookie. Not too much, not too little. Exactly the same amount every single time. Then another cookie is placed on top, pressing gently to spread the cream evenly. And just like that, an Oreo is born. But here's something interesting. These machines can assemble hundreds of sandwich cookies per second. That's faster than any human production line ever could be. And when you start noticing how much precision goes into something this simple, you begin to see everyday food very differently. If you love uncovering these hidden factory secrets, make sure to subscribe to Infusions and Elements. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Quality control. Zero room for error. Before packaging, every cookie goes through strict quality checks. High-speed cameras scan each piece. They check shape, size, color, even the position of the cream. If something looks off, even slightly, it's instantly removed from the line. No second chances. Because one defective batch can affect thousands of products. And here's the shocking part. These systems can detect flaws that human eyes can't even see. Packaging. Speed meets precision. Now the finished cookies move toward packaging. Rows of Oreos are lined up perfectly. Then they're stacked and wrapped at incredible speed. Machines seal the packets, ensuring freshness and protection. Everything happens in seconds, from loose cookies to neatly packed products ready for shipping. And the speed? Some packaging lines handle hundreds of packs per minute. That's faster than you could grab one from a store shelf. Mass production scale. The real reality. At this point, it's hard to imagine the scale. We're not talking about thousands, not even millions. We're talking about billions of cookies every year, produced across multiple factories, running 24/7. Each one is identical. Each one follows the same process. No breaks, no slowing down, just continuous production, like a perfectly synchronized system. The final thought, what you never see. So the next time you twist open an Oreo, think about what you're really holding. Not just a cookie, but the result of an incredibly precise industrial process. A system where timing, temperature, and speed work together perfectly, where even a 1-second delay can ruin thousands of cookies. And yet, everything flows so smoothly that we never even think about it. If one simple cookie can hide this level of precision, imagine what other everyday foods are hiding behind factory doors. Subscribe now to Infusions and Elements, because the next time you eat something ordinary, it might not be ordinary at all. And tell me, what factory or food process should we uncover in the next video?